So you see, I'm serious today because I've got my serious glasses on. Do you like my glasses? If
I
you've never
know.
had
I
these
never,
before, have them on your phone. They're absolutely great. And then you do that, and I can read and look at Bobby Joe at the same time. And all you beautiful people who are watching this right now. So I'm Sheena Cantor, just in case you haven't been watching anything else. And where have you been? Because you need to go back there and watch them all beforehand. We're about
and
eight
I,
lessons in right now.
and I'm Bobby Joe Mackoltz, and together we are Conversations with Bobby Joe and Sheena. Although we're thinking though it should be the Bobby Joe Sheena show, but it doesn't matter. We're just here to show love, unconditional love, which is how we ended yesterday's segment, and just show up. Just show up and have some good conversations because people out there are having the wrong conversations, and I know that I'm very selective who I hang out with because most of the time people are talking about what they don't want. They'll look at the weather and be like, ooh, I hope it's not going to be a bad day, which I just have to say, 2 days ago was Father's Day here in the United States, and it was a rainy morning, lots of thunder and lightning, but I just knew it was going to clear away that afternoon. And so I told my friend, hey, when this clears out, let's go out in the boat this afternoon. And sure enough, then I looked at the radar and I was like, look at that, 5 o'clock, clear skies. And as sure as we were pulling out of the driveway, here came the sun. We went out for a beautiful evening. Some nights it does pass through, but what's your belief? What are you talking about? Start paying attention. What do you got, Sheena? What are we going to talk about today?
And that's your attitude, Bobby Joe. It was your attitude. You just went,
Lord.
no, I haven't got time for that nonsense. I remember actually that whenever I would take my kids to the doctor and he might say, oh, they might have the start of asthma. No, we haven't got time for that. Choose again. Choose again. I want a better diagnosis than that. In fact, I don't even know why I'm here. I think I'll just go. I was just checking that my child was still okay and there was nothing serious wrong. So it's kind of funny. It's just like, what is your attitude? Is it as soon as you hear the doom and gloom, do you just drop into the doom and gloom? Or do you always just go, you know what? That's only just a part of it. There's always two sides to a coin. And so I can spend my time on the doom and gloom side, or I can shifty myself. I can use that negativity
Mm.
as a little, in fact, that's what I think it's for. It's like a little prod up your backside, a little electric shock, because whenever you hit negativity, you do get a fear almost, don't you? So if you get that electric shock and it prods you up the backside, you're going to move. Otherwise, if everything was completely, yeah, okay, we wouldn't really appreciate it and we wouldn't even notice it, would we?
That's true. But when something like that happens, it's that little zap happens. It's just the universe saying, pay attention. And what you do with that, I don't know. It's like, what do you do? All of a sudden, I just imagined I caught a football. We got it. Okay, maybe I don't want this. Which way are you going to do? You're going to run, the direction and help it and heal it and figure it out, or you're going to head towards the other team side and doom and gloom. But it's your choice, decision. I'm going to get healthy. I'm paying attention, universe. I've got this thing that put me at dis-ease. What is it that got you there? What is your attitude towards life? What's showing up? And you're not wrong, you just got to learn to love yourself unconditionally where you're at, but know that you want to get a little bit better and that you want to change your perception. I always think of it like a ship going out. Say I was going to come see Sheena and I was going to go on a sailboat and see Sheena. Put the coordinates in. I'm heading straight for you, girl. I can't wait to see you. But if you just make it 1 degree off, by the time I get there and you go, the 6 hours, whatever, it won't take 6 hours to sail there, you're going to be way off. So it's the same with your perception. If you just shift a little bit, in a year's time, you're going to be a completely different person.
Oh, I love that, Bobby Joe. That is so cool. I absolutely love that. And that is like, imagine a 1% shift in your attitude. I know that they say in personal development, 1% better every day, but we're not trying to make you better. You are absolutely perfect as you are, but perhaps your perception on something, isn't quite right. And that's all it is. If we change your perception, we change our life. And our attitude, to be honest, I thought I had a brilliant attitude, but my goodness, did I have the crappiest attitude towards myself. And I am so blessed that my body still kept going after the way I have spoken to it for 50 years, that
Mhm.
actually it's still going and it still clearly loves me and it's done its best job. And I appreciate my temple absolutely. And so when you have an attitude of like, so I would be really good, when life was working for me, then it was all me. But when life was working apparently against me, it was nothing to do with me. And that's the thing. It's just like, so what's your attitude when things go wrong? You know, And one of the things here it says, and as a man thinking, it goes, man is always the master, even in his weaker and most abandoned state. But in his weakness and degradation, he is the foolish master who misgoverns his household. When he begins to reflect upon his condition and to search diligently for the law upon which is being established, he then becomes the wise master, directing his energies and intelligence and fashioning his thoughts to fruitful issues. So that's the thing, isn't it? It's just like, so when you're down, it's like that switch, isn't it? It's like the poor me, what I would go into. But when it was all me, then I would be rich me when everything was going
Mm.
my way. That is the crappiest attitude ever to have. I did not know that, but I do not.
That is, I was thinking, poor me, victim me, right? That's what came up. Poor me, victim me. You have everything in your, it's interesting. People don't get this really. I work out at Orange Theory Fitness, and yesterday I said something, and this guy kind of just heard me and he kind of scoffed. And I was like, what? It's physics? You don't believe that? Because it was something I said, oh, I think it was about the weather or something. I was talking about it and about Father's Day, and he was like, disgruntled about it. And people, when you don't understand, you're disgruntled. But, an educated person wouldn't be disgruntled. They just kind of would go, okay, just because I don't see that perception, tell me more about that. You know, in Thinking Grow, as a man thinketh, under thought and purpose, it says, until thought is linked with purpose, there is no intelligent accomplishment. So what is your thought? Where's your purpose in life? So everything you get up in the morning, you're driving towards something. We've talked about this before, that cybernetic mechanism in our brain. It's a goal seeking. And so if you don't really have a destination, it doesn't really even know where you're going. And I tend to live that way sometimes, less than Sheena, am I goal oriented. I just tend to be in the moment. And a lot of my friends say that you're always just so present, I mean, I'm flying out tomorrow, but I'm not even excited yet. I'm just, because I'm here right now with Sheena and all of you just talking. I'm enjoying this moment, because otherwise the moments go away if I'm already too excited to be going up to New England tomorrow.
And
So,
that's the thing, isn't it, about living but knowing where you're going. So you're doing that tomorrow and you're excited about it, but it's being here now, present, right here, which is what the alchemy story is all about. I mean, I read that book and I didn't really get it until literally probably about 8 years later. And I didn't read the book again, but the book came to mind and I went, oh, that's what it's talking about. And it's like you've got a little egg on a spoon, and the guy's told to walk around the castle. And he comes back, and the egg's still on the spoon. He goes, look at me, I still got the egg on the spoon. He goes, and his tutor asked him, well, what did you see? And he goes, well, I was concentrating on the egg. Well, you missed the point. You need to be able to see everything as well. So he goes, walks around the castle again with the egg. He comes back, and the egg's broken. And he says, well, what did you see? Well, I saw this, 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 and this. And he goes, well, what about the egg? No, well, I couldn't look at the egg while I was looking at everything else. So then the third time it's told you're missing the point. And it was about being able to keep the egg on the spoon, concentrating on the egg, and yet being able to see everything that is around you at the same time. And that takes practice, let me tell you. I mean, am I saying that I've got everything right, or Bobbi Joe and I saying we got everything right? No, we're just where we are, knowing what we do. Might be a little, it's not ahead of the game or anything, it just is. But I'm starting to understand what we read all those years ago, and understand that it's about being here now, present, and paying attention to every minute detail that is going on in me, but yet still being able to enjoy the world and being present to the world as well, because that's how you see the opportunities.
mm, eyes wide open. And then that brings up a thought though, with me being that way. Like, I'm here in the present now, knowing that I put my order in, that I'm going to be on the plane, that like rental car will be there tomorrow afternoon, that I'll see my in-laws at the lake house on Wednesday night. She's making me salmon. She already said there's going to be cocktails. So it's interesting,
I
but
want to come.
I know, come on, you're supposed to be. And that is the plan. Hopefully in August, Sheena will be here visiting me. But that it is that, well, see, it's about putting that order in, a pizza order. You're not calling back a little bit later and saying, you sure you got that order? But that's what we tend to do with the belief of stuff that we think is outside of us and that's not obtainable. Maybe it's
It's
the
kind of
jet
funny. I have
air.
something. Sorry.
No, please, what?
It's just when you say you don't check your pizza order, but whenever you're in Austria, sometimes you do need to check your pizza order. Because just to let you know, on a wee sideline, Wolfgang let me go and order my own pizza, and I said pepperoni, and so he repeated back to me, and I said yes, yes, yes. But anyway, when I went back to pick up the pizza, I had a pepper only pizza. Whoever has a pepper only? And so I didn't know how to explain to the guy in German. So I just came out of the shop and handed it to Wolfgang. And I went, I think you need to go in and explain to them what. And apparently in Austria, you say salami, not pepperoni.
Oh,
So for anybody,
pepperoni.
whoever has a pepperoni pizza, for God's sake. Anyway, so there are times, but actually, just a really good example of what you said there is about, because we tend to think, well, spirit is doing everything and I can just sit here and it will happen. Well, no, we're here working together as spirit and the human that we are, that, you know, even though the spirit is 99% of us and we've just got this 1%, this icon on the front, I have to still, Bobbi Jo still had to organize she had to ask, what do I want? I need a car, I need the flight, I need this, I need that. So she still had to do all that stuff, but then knowing now she can let it go and then it'll happen, you know, and it doesn't matter what happens on the journey. She knows she's going there. And that's the thing, isn't it? And the attitude then can be like, well, if there's a delay, there's a delay. You know, I know where I'm going and I'm going to get there and that's it, end of story. So sometimes with our goals that we think, well, why aren't they here now? Well, they are if you'd stop saying they're not.
Exactly it. It's outside of you when it's already within you, right? What did I want to say about that? Oh, and then we should probably talk to you about attitude and what it means. It's your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. You know,
And it
it's
all
your thoughts
starts with
and your
your thoughts.
feelings. The feelings is that vibration. And if you're in the want, you're saying, I don't have it. So it gets a trickery slope there, people. Let me tell you. You know, it's like if it's outside of you, but it's already yours. So you have to like walk around like winking. Yeah, I got it. I bought that new Lamborghini. It's beautiful. Hot pink. No, I would never have a hot pink car. You know, so it's about living in that imagination. That's a big one, you know, and knowing it's coming to you, right? By divine right. And knowing you're worthy of it. Like if we always say that we wouldn't want it if it wasn't already ours. Because I don't want to be an astronaut. I don't want a lot of things that out there people. I want what I want because that's my dream. It's my vibration. I can feel that pull.
Oh
That's
my
what I got.
goodness, you're just exactly right. That's it. Like one of the girls asked me, one of my clients, she says, well, if I don't keep asking for what I want, how does the universe know what I want? And I said, well, who's breathing you now? And she's like, well, then where did the idea come from in the first place? And why would you want it? Just as exactly what you said there, Bobbi Jo, isn't it? You know, I want the polo, the castles and all of that. Well, nobody else wants that I know of. That is unique to me, and that's my pull.
I
Yeah.
do. I want to be a polo rider. At 54, I can start. I got a great arm. Oof, I got guns. You'd tell me. I can rap down
We'll
the Grand
start
Canyon. I
we'll
can throw
start polo in
Mexico.
America.
Definitely. We'll take a
In
class.
Alabama.
In Alabama. No,
In
you know what?
Alabama.
Ocala is close here. That I mean, I'm surprised. I forgot last year that it's a huge horse place, and it's about like 6 hours that way towards you. No. All right. What else we got here? Is that good
That's
for
it.
today?
That's it on
All right.
attitude, I think. I think if you're watching this right to the end, well, then you've got a great attitude. No, you've got a great attitude anyway. Just don't beat yourself up. It's that's the attitude. What are you looking at here? What?
Serenity. Let's end on serenity at the end. This is a good one for people to read. I know Bob did study on this for like a month straight, like you said, but it says the calmness of mind is one of the beautiful jewels of wisdom. It is the result of long and patient effort and self-control. Drop the mic. Yeah, just patience with yourself, self-control of your thoughts. What are you thinking? You are the wind in the sails. Just put your coordinates, know what you want, put in the order, peppers only, and expect miracles, baby. Have fun. Enjoy the journey. It is not meant to be hard. And that's what people, life is to be enjoyed. Human being isn't always easy, but you got to hang out with us more. We have fun, 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 fun. Come visit us. Maybe we'll do a retreat one day. Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh, I
Yeah.
think that would be fun. Oh
Right?
yes. Yeah. What do you call the thing we sit on? Water. On the
Paddleboard. Paddleboard
paddle,
yoga. I could teach you
paddleboard yoga.
paddleboard. You could go rafting. I used to be a massage therapist. Went to India and studied
Who wants
yoga.
that? Who wants that? Put in the
Yes.
comments. Who wants that? We'll organize it. If enough people say it, we'll organize it.
That's easy. Yeah. You want to do it anywhere in the States. You want to be on the ocean. You want to be up in the mountains and rafting. I love all that. It's fun, fun, fun. It's about the building the community. It's about big hugs for everybody. I'm not talking shit. That's how I feel. You got to look in the mirror and love yourself. And when you're grounded in love, and believe me, my friends used to tell me, you're an abused animal in a former life, Bobby Joe. Like they are just like, I had so much like negativity. Like I was a happy, if you met me, I was still happy go lucky, but I beat myself up. And now my foundation is so strong and so full of love. I see it, have it for me. And that's all I can do is just like vomit love on everybody out there. Okay, that wasn't the right word to use, but that's it exactly. Big hugs for everybody. Have a great day. We love
Big
you all.
hugs. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.